Behind the Shades.
Many men have been in that situation where they would swear on their mother and their father that they're like, you know what? I grew up in a household. I did not see any healthy marriages. I'll be damned if I get married. Right. And then they
Yes,
look to their
sir.
right. They see that woman over there, stardust in their eyes, and they're like, you're the one for me.
Mm-hmm.
SWV, right? They begin to sing it because when you're put in that situation, things change. I think as human beings, if we were to dig deep and trust our instincts, we know who's going to be a part of our life and we know who's not going to be a part of our life, especially when we're looking to build that type of relationship. You saw this woman, you said, this is the woman for me. This is one that can turn around all these quote unquote negative impressions of serious relationships, of marriages.
Right.
And here you are doing something that a lot of men would say that I don't know if I want to take on other children, but you made it work and you made it a part of the family where it's like, it's the six of us in this together versus it's two over there, it's two over here, and it's two over there. It's a unit. When you decided to marry the woman you're married to now, and then you had two additional children, now there's six of you. Did you ever look back and think, man, Harvey, you're actually married with children, despite you thinking all those years ago, this is something that you would never do?
I pretty much once I was engaged, once I was with this woman, I really started looking back. That was a pretty quick thing for me because I was very much in the mindset of not marrying anybody. So when I even told people, oh, by the way, I'm getting married, the shock and the awe from these people, like, you what? Like, so I was getting that. And then I'm like, you know what? I understand it. I was vehement. Like, it's not happening. I'm not married. I'm not doing it. And people who know me understood why. So by telling people and then seeing the response, then it just made me think like it was like these people don't even know what to do with themselves when I say that, when I told them. And I really thought I really had to look back and say, yeah, I didn't expect that. But it not only did I have to look back, I had to really decide that I wasn't going to do what I was raised around. Seeing that, I'm like, if I'm doing this, something that I didn't expect to do, I'm gonna have to do it right. I have to be the parent that I didn't have because I didn't have the best father. He wasn't a great husband either. I'm getting all these things that I didn't see I'm going to be. So once I got past the surprise of doing this, then I have to do it right. I'm not going to waste all this talk and just be duplicitous. I'm never getting married. Oh, by the way, I'm getting married and then mess it up. I'm going to be a good husband. I'm going to be a good father. I'm going to be all the things that I didn't see so that my children can grow up. And if they decide that they don't want to get married, it's not because of circumstance. It's because it's an actual decision on their part. I'm going to make sure that, you know, that I have good people. And for me, even though I was in a bad situation, I still feel like I came out of it as a good person nonetheless. But I want to make sure that my kids can come out of a happy home, of a loving home, especially my daughters. I've got a son, he's 19, but I have three daughters. It's seriously and incredibly important that I send these beautiful Black girls out into the world, confident, knowing that they're loved, knowing that they're valued, knowing that they're special. I have to make sure. And I, obviously at that point, I already had one. Then I impregnated her. Carice is my wife's name, by the way. So we got her pregnant, 2, 3. I'm like, these kids have to go into the world pretty well developed. We all have trauma. We all have things that we deal with, but I'm going to do the best I can to be a good person. And then I'll pass that down to them and then send them into the world and go from there. But once everything flipped for me, I had to take a look at it, realized that I was talking a lot of big game and got past that and realized, yeah, now what?
What kind of standard do you think, or I shouldn't say standard. What kind of pressure maybe that you're putting on yourself to be that example of a man, especially as a black man, right? To your daughters, because you have three, and for them, depending on how young they were when two of them were kind of taken on by you,
Mhm.
you are setting the standard of the type of man that they can look to, because you're the first man that they're seeing in that capacity that is showing affection, that's showing that they want to care. So what kind of standard do you think that you're putting on yourself to be that type of man for your daughters?
I don't see it as pressure. I see it more as taking on a responsibility. It's, I don't know, when we're men, we obviously are raised to do, to provide, to take care, to do whatever. And to a degree, I take that on. So it's not a pressure thing for me. It's what I'm supposed to do. As that father figure, I'm supposed to be the man that they can trust. I'm supposed to be the one who messes with them a little bit, who, with my son, I can jab him, like how boys, how we deal with each other. I can be the kind of emotional one with my girls, and they can hug me and jump on me, and we can talk and be playful and all that. I do my very best, and I'm not perfect, none of us are, but I do my best to just be a good man in general. I feel like it's what I would be without kids, but I want to do that for them. So I'm trying to be the best me in front of my kids. So especially for my girls, I want them to recognize how they should be taken care of, and also how they should take care of whomever they be with. Who are they going to be with? If they're going to be with men, they're going to be with husbands. This is how you take care of men. This is how you respond to men. This is how you open up to men, and how you allow them to open up to you. I do this. A lot of what I do is with them, but also really important with the relationship with mom. We aren't the perfect couple, but what we are two people who love each other, and we've been married going on 14 years. And we've stuck it out. We've been together. Our kids learn so much from us. My son learns how to respond to women. I open the door for my wife and his sisters. He learns that from me. His sisters learn how to talk to him, how to talk to me, how to be respectful. Same for him. I think one of the biggest things is that my kids see two people who love each other, who occasionally have conflict. We argue, we disagree. But what's good, what's important for my daughters to see is that conflict never resorts or becomes violent. It's two adults talking. It's a man and a woman talking. We may disagree. The voice might even go up a little bit, but that's as far as it goes. You can have conflict. You can argue. There is a way to argue. There's a way to disagree with somebody. I take pride in the fact that my children understand how to deal with conflict. And they should, and especially our girls, they should understand. I don't want them to go out there thinking that every guy is going to beat them, or it's going to be a domestic abuse thing. Maybe I just disagree. And they see that with their father. They see that with their mother. All of these things that I'm not really trying to do, but I just happen to do, are things that they're going to remember. They're sponges. They soak up these things. They remember these moments. So it's not pressure. It's a responsibility that I take very seriously. I pride myself on sending out these 4 kids, and they're going to go into the world, and they're going to be well balanced. They're going to know they're loved. So they're going to expect love from whomever they're going to be with. And they know how to take it, what to do with it, and raise kids their own way. So I just do my best to be here, to be present, and then I leave the rest to them.